Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. We are back. It is Monday, and oh my goodness, it is silly season this week. There are so many artists coming back this week. The release schedule this week's kind of a madness. But we're starting off with a big one. Mr. Onew, Mr. Jiggy from SHINee is back with his latest solo project, and the title track titled Circle, but stylized with the letter O, which is, I genuinely thought it was just going to be like kind of like an O for Onew kind of thing, but apparently it's titled Circle. So yeah. Let's see. I had thought. Oh yeah, Onew's voices. Ooh, exquisite. If you've ever listened to Onew's solo stuff, it's kind of an experience, and even in like the SHINee ensemble, he has such a unique voice that you just cannot miss. And he always surprises me because he's got some absolutely gorgeous vocals. He also does a bit of classical stuff here and there as well. Like, he's got little traces of classical elements throughout his songs, so that's got me very excited as well. But let's just jump right into it. Here we go. OBS is looking good today. Alright. Now, I know this dropped with a full-length album. I don't know if I'm going to have the time to get around to it this week, because there's at least 2 major releases every single day this week. And I mean, like, 2 groups, and most of them will include album listens, and there's just not enough time in the week to get around to a full-length album. I may do so like over the weekend or something. I'm not sure yet. Don't quote me on that and don't hold me to that. But we're gonna check out the title for sure. And it's kind of interesting how we're like slowly working through the individual SHINee members leading up to their group comeback supposedly later this year, which I'm tremendously excited for. Taemin's gonna be back from the military soon. Come back home, brother. Almost. You're almost there. We've checked out Mino, we've checked out Key, and we're going to check out Onew today. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. I forgot he has like hella long hair now. Oh, I thought this song was in triple meter. It's not in triple meter. Ooh. There's that Onew vocal color I know and love. Oh. The song doesn't exactly listen like a title track. It listens like it almost resembles an OST in a way for me. I think it's really interesting. Nice head voice flip. I also really like this chorus background they have in the chorus here. Is that the end already? Oh my goodness. Whoa. No SM label stinger at the end. Okay. Oh, that was. Whoa. That was so much going on. Like, there was so much going on in that. Whoa. I'm kind of speechless because I don't know where to start with it. It's amazingly gorgeous. Like, the melodies, the way they just flow is so gentle and smooth. But at the same time, there's like a sense of like chillingness and like hauntingness behind it. Like, it kind of gives like a very subtle hint of like unease to the listener, or at least for me when I'm listening to it. It almost feels like if I had to describe it in like another medium, it would be kind of like, okay, one plot of like a horror story is ended, but another is about to begin, and you're kind of in that like unsteady kind of in between period in between two storylines. I don't know why it gives me that vibe. And oh my, just the chorus on this song is stupendous. Like, let me actually just go back to let's just run the second half of the song again. Like, something about the way this song progresses just gives me the chills in like a scared way, which is really interesting. And then this chorus is so soulful, and I love the background vocals here because it gives it such a grandiose flair to it. Oops. There we go. It's like everything in that final chorus, like especially because of the background vocals in it, makes it feel less of a pop song and more like a it reminds me of this is going to be a really specific example, but ooh, what's a good way to phrase this? I had a project in my last year of undergrad in my architecture classes where it was a community based design studio. So we went out to the community itself, and our community that we were working in was a predominantly African American neighborhood. And so essentially our little like design town hall type of place was after Sunday church service. If you're familiar at all with kind of how African American like church services go, there's a lot of really powerful singing, and it's gospel. I think gospel's like the closest thing I can think of, but it's just the magnitude of a church choir in church service is extremely stimulating to the ears. It's it doesn't matter if the group's like 10 large or 100 large. As church choir just has this extra magical, almost like divine power in a way, where it just it has so much power. And the way this final chorus in Onew's Circle kind of plays, especially with kind of the volume, the magnitude, and the depth of that background like choral section, just reminds me so much of church service, like that specific Sunday church service, where I got to experience African American church service and church music for the first time in my life, and it's just the power. And interestingly enough, I think like Onew's singing voice here isn't like his most powerful singing voice I've ever heard him sing, which I think pairs off with it so well because it lets the background vocals lets Onew's voice shine and sparkle because he's got such a clear and different vocal color. But at the same time, Onew, while he is front and center with the vocals here, isn't overshadowing the background vocals. Like he's letting the background vocals shine through, but at the same time, the background vocals are supporting Onew and his like little solo center moment. I think that's so cool. I'm going again. It also helps that the instrumental is super minimal. And the way it ends with this like oscillating like string section, it's like that final phrase was panning back and forth, and you could kind of hear it as the song fades out, where it kind of has like a little, like you can hear the remnants of that effect through the reverb, how it kind of oscillates back and forth. I don't have the coordination to do that. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. But it's just, wow. Wow. This, for me, doesn't come across as a song or like a pop soloist album's title track. This genuinely comes off more like it has the power, the musical power equivalent to a church choir song. And I think that's spectacular. The song listens so much differently to what I'm used to hearing through pop music. And like K-pop as an entire scene is extremely broad. Right? Like we're talking EDM drum and bass, we're talking classical influence symphonic pop, we're talking like electro or like tropical house EDM, we're talking R&B, we're talking rap bass, we're talking rock bass. There's so many different little facets of K-pop as a whole, and there's so many, hundreds, thousands of talented groups that have come and gone and performed music within K-pop. I have never experienced anything like Onew Circle before out of Korea. Like there is something indescribably magical about this song. And it's spectacular in such a unique way that, oh my goodness. Which makes me really upset because I'm really curious to see what the album is going to be like, but I don't have the time to record it. I might have to jot that down on the whiteboard and try and figure out some time this weekend to get around to it because my brain is blown away. I'm absolutely amazed by this. But that's it for me today. Thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy and want to see more, channel icon is up there. You can find the back catalog of stuff watched in the past. Drop a subscription if you want to keep up to date with whenever I upload new videos. And if you want to watch another video of mine right away, YouTube recommends you watch that video down there. And until next time, Bye bye.